I'm a tough person because I had to be strong, and being here let me know that it's okay to have help. Like, you don't have to feel weak or feel like, it's a shot at your ego or your personality. We all need help. I've been out on my own since I was 15, kind of on and off. I didn't feel safe, I didn't feel heard, and I didn't feel like they was taking the things that was happening very serious. I had my first child at 19. And honestly, I feel like for me, it was the first time I was overwhelmed, but my significant other didn't see it the way I saw it. And I'm choosing to be with him because we have kids together and I'm trying to figure it out. I didn't come from a two-parent household, so I wanted to try to make it work. And I just prayed about it, and I'm like, I know I need to leave for the sake of my kids, even though this is their father. I just know it's not working. I'm not progressing, my kids not happy, and I want to raise them differently. So I left Minnesota and left everything we had behind. Went to Chicago. I got in the shelter there. We stayed in the shelter roughly about 8 to 9 months. That was like right after COVID and everything had lifted. But I always knew I wanted to come back to Minnesota. When I came back here, it was a lot because I had people still following me from my past who still just felt entitled to everything I had, which is my family members. And I wound up homeless due to the situation with them, me being jumped on and robbed and not being able to pay my rent. And that's how I wound up here at Solid Ground.
So when Joyce first came to Solid Ground, as in a lot of people, they're kind of uncertain of like what to expect. And we just kind of walk with them. And I think for her, she's always just been very open, very honest about her situation. And she's got a lot of family kind of mystery in her background that she's kind of working to resolve.
So for my kids, I try to practice healthy communication, letting them express how they feel. Sometimes it's difficult when you don't know where to put those feelings at. And as a kid, I grew up bottling them in, and it made me very angry and resistant to a lot of the things that was happening in my life. I wasn't present. So yeah, overall, I feel like just changing that for my children that's it.
A lot of the families that come here have previous generational trauma, and they try to break that. She is able to see each of her kids as individuals and who they are and how she can support them so that they are raised in a different environment and a different culture than what she was raised in.
When families come to Solid Ground, this is home for them. We're creating an environment where families feel safe, they have all of their needs met. And then it's just that opportunity to give them hope. It's important to the families that when they come through here, that they know that we value them. We value their journey, and we value their legacy that they have and that they're going to create for their children.
So I feel like being here was the start of all that. Like, I started going to therapy more. I started getting my kids therapy. They have tutoring, mentors. I'm meeting with my therapist once a week. I have an advocate here advocating for me. I'm meeting with you guys back and forth. It just happened so fast. I didn't expect it to happen this fast, but it did.
Just thinking about how we started and where we are today, that legacy has grown. We have 28 amazing staff. We have been able to serve just in 2024 alone, 486 families and 1,633 individuals. And that speaks to just the commitment in the community. This legacy of just honoring families and ensuring they have safe, stable, and affordable housing is why we are still here.
And then we try to be like a wraparound, one-stop shop service for everybody because everybody's families has different goals, different needs, and they're in different places in their lives. So having everything here and accessible to them so they don't have to be out running around trying to get all the support is just kind of nice for the families. So they have the support here in-house for them.
I really don't like to ask for help. I felt like that because I've been alone for so long. Sorry, y'all. I had met with Melissa and she asked me what I needed. I told her I didn't have nothing. I came here barely with clothes for my kids, and within a couple of days, they was delivering furniture. They was bringing silverware and stuff to my door. I didn't have to provide none of that. Nothing in my house I had to bring. It was just happening. That's why I was just looking up and just stuff was just being delivered to my door. Like, it was crazy. It was really crazy. My kids were like, where's all this stuff coming from? I don't even really know.
Why are we here? It's for families like Joyce, who will be successful because of Solid Ground. Their children will be successful because of Solid Ground. And so we are breaking the cycle of homelessness one family at a time.
When I leave Solid Ground, honestly, it put me in a space of advocacy. I think my advocacy is going to help people by, my poetry, being in the community, speaking with the youth, making connections, and being an inspiration. Basically sharing my story, because you just never know what your experience can help somebody else with.
So no matter how you come to Solid Ground and where you're looking to go, there's value in people who give their time and volunteer at Solid Ground. There's value for people who give money to Solid Ground. And there's equally the value to people who raise awareness to why we are here. All of those three things are why we are thriving, why we are successful, and we couldn't do it without those three pillars of support.
Okay, so to the people that make this program possible for me, my children, and other families, I want to thank them. I appreciate what you guys are doing here. It's just heartwarming. Honestly, I love it here. I love it. This is one of the best experiences I've had since I experienced homelessness.